Please help me to reach 500 subscribers. That evening started like hundreds before it. I was slouched on the couch, the television murmuring in the background while my thumb scrolled endlessly through my phone. I wasn't really watching or reading anything, just trying to shut my brain off after another draining day. The house felt unusually still. No clinking dishes, no soft music, no familiar sound of her voice from the kitchen. The silence felt heavy, but I brushed it off, telling myself I was overthinking. Then I heard her walking toward me. Each step was slow and measured, like she'd planned them. She stopped directly in front of me. I didn't look up at first. I assumed she was about to ask something ordinary: dinner, errands, plans for tomorrow. Instead, she cleared her throat. When she spoke, her tone was calm in a way that instantly unsettled me. "I'm pregnant." For a brief, electric moment, my heart soared. That sentence was everything we had been hoping for. We'd spent over a year trying. We'd stared at test after test that told us no. We'd prayed, cried, dreamed, and whispered future baby names in the dark. Those words should have been the happiest thing I'd ever heard. But she didn't stop there. "I'm pregnant, and it's not yours." Time froze. My phone slipped from my hand and hit the floor, the sound echoing louder than it should have. I stared up at her, desperate to find some sign this was a joke, a misunderstanding, anything. Her face didn't change. No tears. No regret. Just a frightening calm. I let out a shaky laugh and said, "That's not funny." She repeated it, slowly and clearly, like she was delivering a prepared line. "The baby wasn't mine." My chest tightened so hard it hurt to breathe. I stood up, hands trembling, words spilling out faster than my mind could keep up. "Oh, when? Oh." She didn't rush to answer. She just watched me fall apart. When I finally asked how long it had been happening, she shrugged. That shrug shattered something inside me. So casual. So indifferent. Like my life collapsing was a minor inconvenience. "Does it even matter?" she said. "This is the truth now. You need to deal with it." Deal with it. I felt sick. The woman I trusted completely had been lying to my face while giving herself to someone else. I demanded to know who the father was. She hesitated, then quietly said his name. It wasn't a stranger. It was the man she told me not to worry about. A coworker. Someone I knew. Suddenly everything made sense. The long nights. The sudden changes in routine. The phone always locked, always face down. Every doubt I'd ignored, every red flag I'd convinced myself wasn't real came crashing down all at once. I collapsed back onto the couch, shaking. "Why?" I asked. "Why him?" She sighed, irritated, and said something that will stay with me forever. "Because you're safe. You're stable. But he makes me feel alive." Alive. I had sacrificed years building a future for us. Every long hour, every compromise, every plan was for our life together. And it meant nothing to her. Tears burned my eyes, but I refused to let them fall in front of her. I asked if she still loved me. She didn't answer. She looked away. That silence was louder than any confession. I started pacing, my thoughts spiraling. I wanted to yell, to break something, to shake her until she admitted it was a mistake. Instead, she stood there with her arms crossed, watching me come apart. I walked into the bedroom, dragged out a suitcase, and began throwing clothes into it. That's when her composure finally cracked. She followed me, asking what I was doing, begging me to calm down. I told her I wasn't staying. I wouldn't raise another man's child. I wouldn't accept being her fallback, her safety net, her convenience. She pleaded for a conversation, for time, for reason, but it was already over. That night, I left my own home with nothing but a suitcase and a broken heart. I was shaking, devastated, but somewhere deep inside I knew I was choosing myself. The next morning I filed for divorce. The weeks that followed were a blur. I barely ate. Sleep was impossible. That moment replayed endlessly in my mind, her voice, her words, her calm cruelty. I questioned myself constantly. Wondered if I had failed, if I'd missed something, if I somehow deserved this. Eventually, clarity replaced the doubt. Love requires honesty, loyalty, and respect. She chose none of those. Her betrayal was not my failure, it was her decision. Now when I look back, I don't feel rage. I feel awareness. She thought I was safe, but I've learned that walking away takes more strength than staying ever could. She's living with the consequences of her choices. And me? I'm rebuilding. Slowly. Painfully. But stronger than before. Sometimes the truth is brutal, but it frees you from living inside a lie. And no matter how much it hurt, I'd rather face reality than keep believing in something that was never real. Please help me to reach 500 subscribers.